Hello guys, how are we? Happy Mother's Day. I hope you guys are having a beautiful end to your weekend if you're in Australia. And if you're on this side of the world, a beautiful Saturday night. We're going to be starting this episode, the Mother's Day episode, in 2 minutes, and we're going to be announcing some winners inside of this podcast. So if you are watching along live, guys, let me know in the comments. It'd be nice to see what is happening, see who's coming into this one live, and it's always good to know who I'm speaking to. So how's your weekend been, guys? What's the go? What's the update? Who got presents? Who hey Tez, hey Says, what's going on? How was the Mother's Day, guys? Tell us a story. Did you spoil your beautiful mums? What did you get them? And to all you hubbies out there, what did you do? Did you get presents sorted? So what did I do? I bought my mummy a voucher to the Cowrie restaurant at Terrigal. So hopefully she gets some time off to kind of from minding all the grandkids and going and doing that through the week sometime with Daddy Chuck. What do you got? Beautiful day with my baby's got a new Garmin. Wow, how good's that, KK? Good stuff. How are you, Clint? Good to have you in here, brother. Although you won't be winning the Mother's Day giveaway, Clint. I can guarantee you that, bro. What did you do for your family there, Clint? What about you, Cesar? What did you get for your family, mate? So Cords and I went out for dinner with little Oshi, and Cords actually paid. How good's that? so much for, it's only Saturday here, so don't go too hard on me, okay? It's only Saturday. So it's Saturday night at 10 o'clock and I'm doing a podcast. My hell. I must love what I do. Guys, we're going to start this episode in 1 minute and we're ready to rock and roll. So what are you guys up for the rest of the weekend? Kingy spoilt me massively. Ooh, what a guy! What an absolute guy! You're probably married to the best guy on earth, Sarah. So for all intent and purpose, you are very, very lucky. Hey Kaylee, how are you, girl? Good to see you in here. By the way, your mum is absolutely nailing it, Kaylee. She's killing it. So involved. It's so good. Taking the reins. I love it. And enjoying herself in Fiji. Where am I located at the moment? Well, I'd say no fixed address, but I'm in Vancouver, Canada at the moment. So that's where we are. All right, guys, I think we're ready to start this episode. Obviously, we have a lot of people that watch this on replay, so I think we can just rock and roll and get started in this one. So, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. On the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Welcome back to the Better Body Academy podcast. This is the podcast that you come to when you are sick of the dumb diets and the unsustainable workout programs. And in today's episode, we're going to be doing the Mother's Day episode. Yep, we've got a giveaway to follow through on. And I want to dedicate this episode to all of the mums out there in the world. You guys are the best. When I think about being a mum and what that must endure and must mean, both pre and post deliveries, I think it's really inconceivable for a man to think about. When you think about the physical demands of actually carrying the weight around, my beautiful woman is, she's not my beautiful woman, she's the beautiful woman that resides with me. She's about 7 months pregnant, I think, and I'm just seeing this like big popping weight, and I can't imagine what it's like to just all of a sudden have to carry all this extra weight around with you. Then there's the emotional and physical demands of labor. Then there's the recovery that goes with that. Then there's the late nights and the early morning feeds or pumping, the responsibility of preparing lunches and dinners. And sure, dad can get involved, but a lot of this falls on the feet squarely of women and mothers. Even the seeking out of daycare, as I've been, working on prosecuting our mission in the Better Body Academy, it's been Cords that's done all the application work to get Oshi into daycare. And then the next 20 years of running kids round to sport. It's a dedication that, I don't really think dads can, properly comprehend. So as a shout out to all the mums out there. And then, you know what? You spend the next 20 years, maybe after the first couple, waiting for your son, Shannon Stewart, to come home drunk and safe so you can actually sleep peacefully. I think my mum's a insomniac, and I blame him. So motherhood never stops. And although I certainly don't hope for my daughter to be a single mum at 20, I absolutely admire any woman that has successfully raised kids and done a decent job, even at nearly double that, where I am at, nearly 40 or 40 this year. I still find it super hard, and I've got a kid that's really, really well behaved. I'm not saying that men don't have it easy. There's a whole set of other issues that I don't think a woman could understand. But I think the reason that a lot of relationships get fractured is because there's a failure of communication between two people who are each dealing with things on their own, but unable to talk in a way that doesn't kind of trigger their partner. What I will say is this. Any man that lays a hand on a woman is a fucking gutless prick. And I'm sorry about the language, but that's exactly how I feel about it. Gutless prick. Turn this video off. Stop listening to my podcast if that's you. I've just got no tolerance for it at all, having seen what a woman goes through, and to think that there are men out there that lay their hands on women, it actually makes me absolutely sick. I want to shout out 4 sets of mums that I've been super inspired by personally. Obviously, my own mum and my partner, they are simply the best and given me all that I could have hoped for. And my sister Carly and my sister-in-law Lacey, who are 2 women that I just admire their parenting style so much. And especially Lacey, she's got like 17 kids, and it's pretty amazing to think like what she's done as a mum. Amazing. Before we announce the winners of the Mother's Day giveaway, I wanted to talk a little bit more about kind of being stuck and asking for help in this episode. So we collected approximately 100 entries into the giveaway. And part of the rules were to send a DM and let us know why you wanted us to choose you. And a lot of you went really, really deep. Really deep. Now, I'm not going to name anyone here, obviously for privacy reasons, and I will paraphrase, but I wanted to read some of the messages, and there's a point about doing this. Here goes. Number 1, I should win because I always sit here on the sidelines, too scared to take the plunge. If I win, I will get involved in the community and I will give it my absolute all. I'm sick of going around in circles. It's driving me crazy. I need a mindset-based approach, and it's time to break this nightmare. Or if I win, I'd pour my heart and soul into the process just to do something for myself without feeling guilty about spending the money. I want to be able to enjoy my life with my kids, be healthier and fitter. This is the boost I need. Or I need to stop hiding in the house and avoiding all the fun because I'm too afraid. My clothes don't fit me and I'm refusing to buy new clothes because I've got 20 kilos to lose. Or I 100% need help. I've well and truly gone into a deep spiral and I can't get out of it. I start every Monday only to get to a Tuesday and think, fuck it. I eat junk to keep up the energy to supplement my long days, and I need a shift in my accountability mindset. Or for me, the amount of money and time I've spent on this industry trying to solve this problem, this is my last shot for something to work before I turn to surgery or just give up. And lastly, I simply need help, mentally and physically, and all of the above. I do the best for my family, putting them before everything I do. I work hard for them, and regretfully, I forget myself a lot of the time. I want to look in the mirror and I want to say, I love you. I want to put clothes on without changing them a million times. I want to go into public and be proud of who I am. Quite sobering messages when you read them out without any names attached. Now, there's a few reasons that I'm reading these messages out. Firstly, I want to let women and men that feel this way know that you're not the only person that feels this way. this is the first and foremost reason, because I think a lot of us, we get trapped in a failure mindset. And part of that is we think that we're so broken and we're the only person that's broken. I can guarantee you, you're not. And I just read out 6 paraphrased quotes, of which I bet that you could probably relate to all 6 of those, meaning that everyone suffers from the same mindsets. Number 2, I want to let you know that the reason you're feeling like this, the reason you are feeling like this is because you're caught in your own head, trying to deal with it yourself. You can't fix a problem with the same mindset that created the problem in the first place. So if it is that you feel stuck and trapped, you can't fix being stuck and trapped with the same mindset that created stuck and trapped. Does this make sense? You need to be in a community of people that picks you up, not a crowd that pulls you down. I never realized until we started the Women's Better Body Academy just how much women tore strips off each other, often behind each other's back in a very sinister way. And I had no idea that this was the case until women come into our academy and started to say the number one thing was, I have never been part of something where it's almost like, how is it so positive? So you have to cull the people out of your life who are pulling you down, even if they don't mean it. Even if these people are your family, you've got to choose to spend less time with them. And the third reason that I wanted to read out some of those messages was because I want to let you know that even despite you thinking that you can't be helped, I will guarantee you can be helped. Absolutely you can. And we have women breaking through every week inside BBA. And there are a number of reasons for that. Number 1 is, most importantly, the community. It's great to get information off coaches and accountability life coaches, but the reality is when you realize you're one of 150 women working towards a kind of different goals, but a common journey, all of a sudden, it's almost like you fall into the slipstream and you get pulled into that as long as you continue to show up for yourself. And the second reason that I feel like our academy changes lives, and I'll leave you to talk to our clients about how that works, but it's the coaches. They're real people. Coach Nikki, as an example, she had PCOS, which obviously a lot of you women would have and know about, yet managed to lose 100 pounds. 100 pounds over the course of 3 to 4 years to get herself back to now being so strong and so fit. Coach Carly, my sister, had crippling anxiety of which she soothed with alcohol. The idea of her coming live onto a camera, fucking no chance. But now it's become routine for her. Coach Cordia had a baby at 37 who spent the first 2 weeks in ICU and is having another baby at 39, the same woman that's run 2 marathons. Coach Mike, who quit his family business who was earning a healthy pay packet doing so, but cut doing that to start from scratch as a coach inside our academy because he believed in the mission. These are the people that you're surrounded by. Collectively, between the men and the women, we've got around 150 people that have now hit 10 kilograms of fat loss or more. This shit works. It works. End of story. It works. You see, everyone is just scared of failure. That's what it is. We're all scared of failure. I get it. But what if the journey wasn't to avoid failure? What if the journey was about failure? What if the journey was about failure? What if the purpose of the journey was to fail so that you could get all of the fails out of the way and move closer to wherever it is you want to be? What if the journey was about failure and that failure calloused your mind against giving up on yourself? We've got to reframe this whole thing. Soon enough, here's the fact. Soon enough, we're all going to be 10 years older. Think of how quickly the last 10 years in your life seems to have passed. It feels like yesterday that I was turning 30. And what's going to happen is if you don't confront the fear and don't come out of the rabbit hole that we're hiding in, you're still going to be dealing with the same stuff. And I'm not saying that in a critical way. I'm saying that in a pleading way for you to get started, because if you don't confront it, it doesn't go away. Trying to solve the problem from inside the bottle never works. And for the record, here's why Googling fat loss and scouring the web for free PDF downloads about different diets and workout plans also doesn't work. It doesn't work because a PDF can't hold you accountable. A community and a coach can. And because, secondly, when you don't pay for something, you don't pay attention. I'm going to say that again. When you don't pay attention. And so if nothing changes, nothing changes. I see the pain inside people in BBA transformed week after week. But it's provisional on two things. It's provisional on two things. For you to change your pain and move forward, it's provisional on two things. Number one, and first and foremost, it's provisional on a willingness to bring your guard down and be vulnerable. To bring your guard down and be vulnerable. Because as long as the walls are up, it's like you can have this world army that's trying to enter your fortress, but if the walls are up and no one can get in, then no one can help. So it's provisional on vulnerability first and foremost. And secondly, if you do decide to come into our academy, whether you're a winner tonight or today or not, it's provisional on you following the process. Because if you come into the academy or in fact any transformation program and you don't actually follow the process and you don't trust that process, it doesn't work. You're paying a coach to tell you what to do. So if you follow the process, you'll get the results. I look you in the camera and say, I don't care what you've done before. I spoke to a young lass yesterday who has tried everything to solve this. Everything. I don't care if she's done everything times 3. You haven't tried BBA. And the reason is, it's simple and it's community-based. And these are the things that matter. What you need, whether you win tonight or not, is to get started in any way. If you can do it yourself, do it. But if you've been trying to do it yourself, waking up tomorrow and trying to do it yourself again is not likely going to work. And I'm being really straight in talking like this because we had over 100 people apply. And is it just because it's free? You have to get to a point where, like I tried for free to start my coaching business 6 years. 6 fucking years I tried. 6 years. Made nothing. 0. No clients transformed. No skin in the game. No progress. No grit. Because there was no leverage on my behalf. I put $10,000 on a credit card and invested in a coach. And within 6 months, I had a business and, even more importantly, a mission. And that's because the risk of losing that $10,000 and wasting it caused me to act. It creates leverage because when you pay attention. Last time we did the giveaway, which was at New Year's this year, every single one of the 5 people that won, Bob Gordon, Kim Batten, Brad Roman, Tara Giblett, and Martine Peters, extended and continued on inside our academy as a paying client at the end of their 6 weeks. What does that tell you about just getting started? Guys, on that note, I'm going to announce the winners for our Mother's Day giveaway. So from the top, this young lass is not going to be on this podcast episode, certainly. And the reason is because she's in the UK and it's about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. And she came through Coach Nikki, and that is Miss Vicky Smart. Congratulations, Vicky. You are the first of our transformation winners. You'll be starting your transformation tomorrow, Vicky. I'm guessing you're probably in Scotland, so welcome to our team. Number 2 comes via Coach Mikey Boy, a lovely, lovely lass that he met through a podcast that Mike did with another podcast producer through the week, which is a fantastic episode on vulnerability. Our young lady's name is Nurkan Delaney. So Nurkan, welcome to our team. We can't wait to get you started, girl, and we're going to change your life. Number 3 is a beautiful lass by the name of Nadina Stapleton. Nadina Stapleton, we're super psyched. We got your story through and around your kids and the troubles that you've had there. And my gosh, it's tough. And it's not that it's kind of, it's a comparison game, and that's what's hard to separate in this thing. Your story just really resonated. So thank you, and you'll be starting again inside the academy. And last but not least is Miss Lauren Savage. Loz is from the Central Coast. She'll be joining the academy from tomorrow. Loz sent me what would have been qualified as probably a very well-written English essay on why she should be the next person to join. She's about 14 kilos up on where she wants to be, and we're super, super excited to have her starting. So Vicky, Nurkan, Nadina, and Lauren, you'll be joining our academy from tomorrow for a transformation. We're super, super stoked to have you guys in. Look, guys, thanks to everyone that come into this podcast, and also more so to the people that entered. I really hope that in giving you this podcast, it's caused you to think a little bit about where you are, and either by yourself if you can do it, or inside the academy, reach out to one of your coaches and actually take action. Look, our mission it's to impact 1 million lives, and we'd love for you to be the next one that breaks through. Big love to all the mums out there, especially my mum, if she's watching this at all or hears on a later episode. Guys, have a lovely end to your weekend, and we will see you in the next episode of the Better Body Academy podcast. This is the podcast you come to when you're sick of the dumb diets and unsustainable workout programs. I'm Jay Stewart, your host. Have a beautiful Mother's Day.